Welcome to the Big Show and Tell. If you're looking for big marketing and branding results, you're in the right place. I am here with the beautiful Donna Bender, also known as Cupid today. I am I guess the sidekick of Cupid. I don't even know what the sidekick of Cupid would be, but I'm Kim White.
You are Kim White. You are the fierce leader and founder of the My Sexy Business Team community and team. So, welcome everybody.
I want to make sure everyone knows that Cupid is here to do her magic today, also known as Donna Bender. She is here to talk about branded products and what they can do for your business, how you actually can use them in an effective way that brings business, brings relationships, brings more clients, and clients stay the way that Donna uses this strategy. So Donna, I am very proud to be here with you today, and I can't wait to get everything started.
Well, thank you, Kim, and thank you for being here with me for sure. Kim, I'm really excited. This is the beginning of the year. The big PPAI trade show was about 10 days ago. And it's so fascinating about how weight trends change and things become much more clear. And the name of and the theme for our show this month is, are your branded products making you money? And that's something that we have talked about for several years now. And, when we first started talking about it, it was like, people were like, well, that's kind of weird that you're saying that. But when you really break it down, Kim, it's my whole thing is I say, I hate wasting other people's money. I hate telling people to buy something that I know that is going to break or somebody's going to throw out, because we have all been to trade shows. We've all been to conferences where we get a bag filled with things and we come home and we go, oh, I don't need that. And I don't need that. And I don't need that.
Junky stuff.
Junky stuff. Yeah. The things that you just don't want. And when I first got involved in this industry 20 years ago, that was one of the reasons I didn't want to get involved in this industry, because my connotation was cheap pens, mugs, cheap t-shirts. I always say the salesman that had the trench coat that went like, do you want one of these? And I have really, for the last 20 years, my whole philosophy and everything that I teach and everything that I talk about is just the opposite. And it's about how to use the branded products to increase your business, why it's important for your business. And that is what came out of this year's show, is that this whole industry now is approaching it is, you're seeing less of those types of, yes, you can always find something that is cheap and you could throw in a bag and the pen will break and the ink will come out. But my philosophy is, don't waste your money on those things, because when the pen leaks and you are left with ink in your hand, the person that gave it to you, that's who they're going to remember. Oh, so-and-so gave me this at a golf tournament. God, is it a cheap pen? You don't want to be remembered for that. So,
and can I add something too? This is something you taught me, is that for the same amount of money, we're not talking increasing your spending, but for the same amount of money and being intentional, like you're saying, you can get great things to share and gift, and, they can bring good memories and keep you in someone's,
favor
instead of having ink all over your white shirt or whatever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, sometimes people think it's the numbers. We got to get 1,000 of these things. And it's not necessarily in the numbers. And actually, Kim, our first segment today, which is called, Are Your Branded Products Making You Money?, discusses that whole concept.
Let's go look at that, Donna.
Okay.
Gonna move, man. It's gotta be action-packed. Feel me? Action-packed. Woo!
confession. I hate wasting other people's money. So when a client calls me and says, I need a branded product for a trade show, I'm thinking of 1,000 pens, I do have questions. Here's how that conversation went. Me, out of curiosity, why do you think you need 1,000 pens? My client, I have a trade show coming up. Me, well, how many attendees have registered? My client, 500. Well, statistics show that 6% of trade show attendees are actually your right fit clients. So that's about 30 people. So instead of spending all that money on pens you don't need, I always recommend that my clients consider the 3-step process to guarantee a successful trade show. You will spend no more than you already planned on spending. And it's a process designed to reach out specifically to those 30 prospects before, during, and after the trade show. So here's what happened. Of the 25 prospects he invited, 19 came to his booth. And within a short period of time after the trade show, he closed business with 9 new clients. And over a period of 2 years, his business increased steadily by 18%. A well-executed marketing strategy using the right branded products and given to the right audience can significantly contribute to promoting your business and increasing your sales. Are your branded products making you money?
It's gonna move, man. It's gotta be action-packed. Feel me? Action-packed. Woo!
I couldn't say it better, Kim.
You did a great job.
You know, I can't tell you how many times I've seen that, but it is so right to the moment right now, especially after this show. I mean, excuse me. The things that people can look for is like, are they making you money? Well, are people keeping them? Are they using them again? And when they use them, are they thinking about you? And those are the things that people need to think about before making that purchase. And one of the other things that came out of the show is that people are looking for smart value. They're looking for smart value personally when they go into a store, when they go retail. People aren't just being as I always say, willy-nilly with their money. They're thinking about it. So why wouldn't you put that same concept in place as far as having a product that represents your business? I asked that question.
Well, something else I've learned from you over the years, Donna, is the fact that what we give is actually, affects our reputation.
Yes.
You were talking about the cheap pins, but think of it on the flip side. If your reputation is that you're trustworthy and you're there when they need you and those kind of things, and you give a gift or a branded product that is trustworthy or is lasting, it reinforces that feeling towards you, I think.
Yes. And last year, I personally went to an event and was given, one of the sponsors was giving out pens. And when I went to write with it, it broke right in my hand. The whole pen fell apart. And my immediate thing was, and I know the person who was responsible for putting the bags together, and I made a joke about it. And she goes, well, we do have other good pens. And I'm thinking like, well, why would you think, well, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you should be thinking about. Everyone that comes in my path, I'm going to give them a good pen. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just how people have always perceived promotional products and giveaways. Let me give you let me spend the least amount of money. Let me rush because we hadn't planned for it. And that's the other thing, is when you can plan for these things, you can find good things at lower price points, because people are, when they think at the last minute, prices are higher, you got to pay for expedited freight, and there's all these additional costs. So planning, choosing the right product can really gain benefits in terms of building relationships and growing your business.
Can I take us to a throwback story for a second, Donna? You had
Please.
gifted someone a pin, and one night when you had dinner delivered, your delivery driver actually had that pin. You did not give that pin to that person. It had been stolen over and over and over because it was such a great pin. And
It's
here it is at your door.
It is at my door, and it lasted a long time. And that's when you think about how many people can see that one item. You want to make sure that one item is something that people are going to want to use and keep, and it goes for every product category. So I'm excited, Kim, because we have a lot of great products to show too. And the other thing I want to talk about right now is this next segment is why you shouldn't think about cutting back on your marketing during economic uncertainty. And, you know, we're all living in that right now, and people are thinking about their budgets for the year. And the first thing they always like to cut is marketing. But, you know, I have to talk about that and why it's not a good idea. And I believe this next segment might hit that home run. Today's Surprise and Delight marketing segment is about why during periods of economic uncertainty, it's crucial to view marketing not just as a cost, but as a growth opportunity. You know, when times get tough, the instinct might be to cut back on marketing, but let me tell you why that would not be the best business decision. Marketing is your lifeline. It's how you keep your brand alive, stand out from your competition, remind customers why they love you, and grow your business, even in challenging times. Let me share a quick story to illustrate this. During the Great Depression, two cereal giants, Kellogg and Post, faced the same economic turmoil. Post did what most do. They slashed their marketing budget, and Kellogg, on the other hand, increased their advertising and marketing, moved aggressively into radio, and introduced Rice Krispies with Snap, Crackle, and Pop making their debut. The result? While Post struggled, Kellogg's profits soared by nearly 30%. They emerged from the Great Depression as the dominant force in the cereal industry, a position they still hold today. This story is a powerful reminder that maintaining and even increasing your marketing efforts during tough times can set you up for long-term success. I just want to know if you got the sound effect, Kim.
I did. I like that. I'm going to say cha-ching.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop. There was the cereal in the bowl.
I love it.
And
I can't hear Rice Krispie cereal going like that, though, that I don't think of like the return on investment when you do these things. The return on what they did during the Great Depression is still ongoing. That's what, 100 years ago?
I know. And it's such a great example because they're two legendary giants, and Kellogg's was not a giant at the time. They were, starting to grow. So, it's just such a great example of why you need to continue to market even during uncertain times. So, well, I'm excited because our next segment is one of our first reels and of products. And these are all of the newest products that came out this year and how they look in people's lifestyles.
I was going to say, that was one thing I definitely want everybody to pay attention to is these, look for the products in there, because it's pretty interesting to think that your things could be on these slides.
Right. Your name, your brand could be on these products in these people's lifestyles. there was some great products, Kim. And my goal is for our next show is to have some of these samples live that I can show everybody. It was just too close to the show for people to get back in time and get these in time for the show. So I do hope to have them next month. But some of them, I loved the can cooler. Did you notice the can cooler with the jacket on? I mean, there was so many of them. There's this great and they're not expensive things. There's this, it's like a little fanny pack that you could put up in the back of your hat that you know, for anybody who's running or golfer or anything. And that tumbler with all of the scoring that you could do while you're driving through the court. You could keep your score on your tumbler. I mean, they were great items, and it's exciting to see. And I just can't wait to be able to show you live.
I know this is not part of what we've talked about, but I want to just interject really quickly, though. All of those great brand names that were on those products, you can co-brand with. You taught me that as well. I feel like this is a show of what Donna said. Donna taught me this, but it is an amazing opportunity that you can have to co-brand, because it's like they're co-signing that you're legit, or you're a great business because your name is with their name and associated with their brand.
Absolutely. I mean, there is one, and I can't wait to get my hands on this and try it out myself, but it was a backpack for a carry-on piece of luggage. I don't know if you saw that, but it's something you wrap around the luggage and put all your things in. So a lot of times you have a carry bag, and now you don't even need the carry bag. You can keep your computer in there. You can keep all your things, and it goes around the luggage. There was some really, really great items. So it's exciting.
It is very exciting.
And that was by Samsonite. So again, another name brand that people aren't going to just throw away. There's some wonderful things.
I have a Samsonite bag that looks very trendy right now, and it's probably 20 years old. I love it because it's still like everything I bought it for to begin with.
And that's the thing, and just think, people would have your brand with that Samsonite bag for 20 years, and talk about longevity. So now we talk about the fact, Kim, that all of these things and all of these great gifts and products are important because in February is Client Appreciation Month. But you have the whole month. So it's not like you have to wait till it's not the last minute. You still have time throughout the month. And again, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be costly, but to think about things you want to show appreciation to your clients. So that's our next segment.
Can't wait.
Today's marketing segment is all about appreciation and recognizing your clients. This is a topic I love to talk about. Showing appreciation to your clients and recognizing the value they have to your organization will build a long-lasting relationship and strengthen the foundation of your business. Any relationship is strengthened by expressing gratitude, so companies can deepen the relationship they have by prioritizing appreciation. And there are many ways that you can do that. Here are my top 5. 1, you can give a wonderful gift and personalize it with the recipient's name. 2, you can volunteer or sponsor an event for a charity that might be near and dear to your client's heart. 3, you can send them a personalized thank you note. 4, you can create a welcome box for all your new clients. And 5, you could present them with an award. So, did you know that 75% of American consumers have said they are more likely to be loyal to brands that show they understand them on a personal level? So let me ask you, if loyal clients can grow your business, have you ever considered giving awards to your clients and employees? Shining the spotlight on your clients and your employees will create a bond and will establish them wanting to continue to do business with you in the future. It doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't have to cost a lot. And if your company already has a plan, well, maybe you can add a new category. And if you don't have a plan in place, well, maybe it is the best time to start. And the best part is there are no rules, and you can be as creative as you like.
Excuse me. I don't know why I'm verklempt today, Kim. I'm verklempt.
You're just fine.
So, a lot of times people don't think of awards for recognition for their clients. They think of a gift, and gifts are obviously wonderful too, but sometimes an award could be really a fun thing. Like, for instance, I have this award that I received as a standout award for my business. And, when companies are working really hard to grow their business, and they're working on doing the right things to put the right things in place and all the pieces. But when you're acknowledged for that, that really means something a lot to the recipient. So this was an award from Kim. And then this other one that I showed, this one is just hysterical. This is a company that, will do knockoffs of all of the wrestling belts and all of the, big metal things, but they also make these rings, like for like top sales. Okay. So this is just another idea. And then this was something else I received. I hadn't even shown it to you. It was for volume that I had received this year. And it's something that's unexpected. It's something that, just came the mail, and it just made, it made someone's day. And those are the kinds of things that are really nice about showing appreciation to your clients. You want to surprise and delight them. So what did you
I think I was going to say, I think with the Super Bowl coming up so quickly, those rings are fun. Like, you could get, your clients or your top clients, whatever, a Super Bowl for business ring and honor them, or your team. Or
they also make the medals, replicas of medals for the Olympics. You have a gold medal. There are so many fun things out now that a lot of these companies are making. So it's a great time to be open-minded and look for ways in which to surprise and delight your clients that they may not have thought of, but they're meaningful and memorable. and excuse me, and that's the key.
Very, very cool.
So, Kim, we are on to our next reel. And this reel are photographs of many our products, all in the new product pavilion at PPAI, at the Promotional Products Association trade show. And I'm going to, once we go through them, there are certain ones I want to point out. So let it roll.
All right.
some of them we saw, from the before, and I wanted to show it again because now you could actually see the product versus just, a great lifestyle photograph. There was so many great things. The first one was the Croc shoe. And if you notice a little later on, there were the Croc handbags that had the holes in it. Well, now a lot of companies are making customized charms that you can have your company logo or use it, different times during the year, like for different events. You can have it for the sales meeting. You can have it for a gala. And people collect them and they can put them on a bag, on a shoe. They're just really fun little things. Again, not expensive. One of the other things that stood out for me, well, there were so many, and that's why I think, next time, Kim, I may want to go back to some of these and just do slides so I could talk through each of them, because some of these items are just amazing. There was, again, I don't know if you saw this, like ring, it was, and again, for golfing or for any outside sports, it's one you could put in the freezer that you can put on, and it stays cool, not just a cooling towel, but this one can really, stick it in your box in the golf court, there are so many different ones that I want to go back to and really talk more about next month. But did you have any questions?
Well, we can't wait for like having you go walk through and hold things up and all of that, because that's one of the things I love. I love the pictures, but I love it when we get to see what they really are. I will use this as an example. This is one of my favorite things Donna has ever given me, and it's the coolest thing because it looks very, what I'm going to call industrial, but it is like so amazing. That is just one example of something I like that I use every day.
Thank you, Kim. Well, actually, in March, I will be at another trade show and doing some more interviews with some of the vendors, and talk about products in depth. So that's something to look forward to for the March show.
Definitely. Well,
Go
we
ahead.
want you to make sure you're watching the big show and tell with your host, Donna Bender. I'm the sidekick, Kim White. Donna is doing a fantabulous job of representing February, which is, coming up so quickly with her little Cupid outfit. So, Donna, I actually would love to go to your video with you in the Cupid outfit, because we just want to make it clear Donna does this so that, it's fun, because strategy sometimes can feel boring, even though it gets big results. And so she does a lot of things to fun things up. So if you don't mind, Donna, I'd love to go to that segment real quick.
My pleasure, Kim.
Surprise and Delight marketing segment is on loving on your clients on Valentine's Day. Now, while Valentine's Day serves as a wonderful reminder to celebrate, if you ask Cupid, she tells you she believes in spreading love not just on Valentine's Day, but every day. Now, you might be wondering, how can you show your clients how much you care about them on a holiday like this besides chocolate and flowers? So here's a few ideas. Send a personalized thank you note. Make it heartfelt. Put in, one or two of those little cards that we got when we were in grade school inside, and make it fun. You could offer exclusive discounts on products and services you offer during this time for your clients. Customized gift basket. If your clients are local, you could DIY and put a gift basket together with thoughtful items your clients would like. And you could recognize them on social media and showcase them on your company's social media platforms and share it with your contacts. Remember that whatever you decide to do, it should be something that your clients would like and be meaningful to them, because personalization goes a long way in making someone truly feel valued. Every day's Valentine's Day when you surprise and delight your clients. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. I think that's so cute, and it's an attention getter, but here's the deal, it's true. Someone who feels valued wants to continue working with you or wants to continue, on whatever path they're on with your business. And I think that that is a great way to love on somebody, is to do all those things that you've been talking about, Donna, between awards and personalized gifts. And everyone's favorite word in the world is their own name. Like, hearing your name means something to people.
And having opportunities with specific items, like you mentioned, that you can personalize and put the person's name. And it could be on an award, and it could be on a great, vegan leather wallet, or an inside. There's one of my vendors who does an amazing job with these beautiful vegan leather. And it could be a passport holder or a memo book, and you open it up and it could be a handwritten note from you to the person you're giving it to. There's so many unique and wonderful ideas that I'm really hoping that people who are listening really start understanding how to use branded products to build relationships and to increase your business, because that's what this is all about.
And you don't even have to dress up like Cupid to do it.
You don't. Not at all.
We do appreciate our Cupid, though. She's doing a great job today.
Thank you, Kim. Yeah.
Thought you were going to say something.
Okay. Our next segment.
Yes. Let's head over to our next segment. We'll be back in just a minute.
Making sales and staying in business is more important than ever in today's fast-paced world. And I hear the buzz around the executive boardrooms. How do we get our teams to hit our sales numbers? What can we do to stay ahead of our competition, keep clients loyal, and multiply referrals? Sound familiar? As Vice President of Merchandising at Calvin Klein and Director of Sales at Salvatore Ferragamo, I learned the secrets of using the right branded marketing, which opened the door to also consult for Eddie Bauer, Laura Ashley, Major League Baseball, and New Balance. Working with branding and marketing legends for several decades enabled me to help hundreds of corporate clients and their teams design customized plans that increased sales, saved time, and eliminated the common challenges hindering growth. Our corporate training program can strengthen your brand presence, amplify visibility, and foster meaningful connections with your right audiences, so you can stop spending money on inefficient marketing that wastes valuable time and money. Let's change that conversation in the boardroom. I'm Donna Bender. Contact my team today to discover how our tailored approach can transform your company's performance, increase your business, and position you ahead of the competition too.
Kim, there's something I want to point out about that, because, companies today can say, oh, well, we have somebody that when we have an event, they'll go online, they'll, get something, and we always have something for an event. But I have to challenge that. And my challenge is this, that how far in advance was that planned? Yes, you could do that, but how well was it thought out? What was the outcome that you're trying to achieve when you do purchase that? Are you looking to get more referrals? Are you looking to build your prospect list? Are you looking to thank your clients? There's always an outcome. And when someone is like, has a gun to their head and go, oh my God, we got to get stuff. We, everybody's, going to California tomorrow and we have nothing there. You're trying to find the fastest thing that you can get. And number one, it's a waste of money. Number two, I feel that there's so many good things that you could do and memorable things that after the event would be have a better outcome than rushing and spending all that money. So I love working with teams and getting them to understand how planning, how timing could be beneficial to their bottom line. And the outcome is much more fruitful.
So this is a true story. I had a conversation with somebody this week, and I was asking them about something they were doing for marketing, and their answer was, our marketing team does that. I don't have anything to do with that. Well, as the owner of a business, as the leader of, whatever you're doing, not having something to do with it and not understanding the strategy, I believe, is a waste of time, effort, money, all the things that as a business owner, we need all we can get. And so having you come train their marketing team is one thing, but if you don't have a marketing team, Donna is your marketing team. Like, if you contact Donna, she can get you big results by asking you those questions that you don't even know that you need to have it. You don't even know those questions exist. Donna can walk you through that. And I think that's an important thing to just put out in the world, Donna, is that, not only will you train someone's team, but you also will train a business owner or help them understand their choices instead of just taking like the fast whatever's available. I don't care what it is, like, because you're right, it does not. That's the stuff that gets thrown in the trash.
Exactly.
And wasted.
Exactly. And again, just like anything else, you think about buying a car. Okay. You're buying a car, you're shopping around, you're taking your time because it's a big investment. It's a big investment, whether it's a business deduction or a personal deduction. It's a huge investment. So you want it to last. You want something that, you're not going to have to, get every year. Well, the same strategy, the same planning, the same time that you need to think about that, should go into everything that has your brand on it, especially if you want someone else to be walking around with your brand. And once people understand that and a plan is put in place, it is like a 1, 2, 6, you're done. It's not like a year-long process. It's like, okay, we got these events. What are the outcomes? What are you looking for? Let's plan ahead. This is on special now. The prices are going up because of tariffs if we don't do something soon. All those factors that come into making a good decision and a good choice. That's what I love sharing with my clients and with teams, is to get them the best bang for their buck with the biggest outcome.
I think you're like a business advocate. I don't know if that's even a thing, but I think that that's part of what you do, though, is you advocate for, here's reality. This price will go up later. It's not a threat that it'll go up so you spend your money. This is reality.
Right.
And I just want you to know.
And on the flip side is, I also know if somebody, had a great response to a product that they gave out, even if it's a tumbler at an event, I know the inside scoop that if that tumbler is not being repeated next year, but you're thinking, oh, it was so great, we'll do it next year. And I will know that they're not buying any more next year. So if you want that tumbler for next year, you got to plan for it now. And these are all the inside out things that not everybody pays attention to because it's not their world. Their world is to do marketing. But I like to get into the trenches of everything and be able to share that information so that my clients really shine, and the outcome is something that people want to continue to have and use and wear all year and next year and the year.
So I'm going to make a confession, Donna. I probably shouldn't out loud, but I am going to. And that is, I hate all this stuff. Like, I hate choosing. Well, no, I hate the choosing of. I love what we do for our business.
Mhm.
I hate the process of all that. And it was such a huge deal for me to get connected with you because I can tell you the outcome I want is. I can tell you that those things. You came up with the little lunchbox that's sitting behind you for our meetup we have for a group that, that we've run for decades. That has been the biggest hit ever of something we gave. And we've given lots of things we've tried by ourselves, but we needed you in the mix. So
Thank
I think that's an important part to just be said out loud. Even if you're doing a good job, Donna can take you to the next level by like what she knows because she does do the research.
Absolutely. I work with a lot of marketing people and a lot of marketing teams, and my goal is to make them look like the hero. I want their boss to come back to them. Oh my God, you did such a great job. They can have all the credit. I just want to help them achieve what they want to do. And that's what I love doing. And it does make their life a lot easier. Just having somebody on your side, giving you the ins and outs that you wouldn't know if you would just, going online looking for something, having a relationship with a person who knows what works, what hasn't worked, what's coming down the pike. That's all the things I love to share.
Well, something else I'd like to share in this next segment, Donna Bender, is client retention versus acquisition. There is a big difference, and this is part of your strategy that you teach. So I would love to share this next segment.
Please.
There's so much I want to share. So let's see how many factoids I can get out in 3 minutes or less, starting right now. True or false? It costs up to 7 times more to acquire a new customer than to retain an old one. True. A returning client already trusts your brand and likes your products. Therefore, the best form of marketing is to show your appreciation, to say thank you and let your clients know you're thinking about them, and to surprise and delight them with a gift. Think of this type of marketing as a reinvestment in your business. It's not a frivolous expense, and it's easier to increase your ROI by nurturing your relationship with your existing clients. True or false? Loyal customers generate more revenue each year that they stay with a company. True. Statistics indicate that a 5% increase in customer retention increases profits by 25 to 95%. Why? Well, returning clients tend to buy more from a company over time, which increases their lifetime value. And loyal customers refer others to your company, increasing your business and profit margins. True or false? 25% of a company's business comes from existing clients. False. 65% of a company's business comes from existing clients, and companies that focus on retaining their customers record up to 60% more profits than their competitors. You may be shocked when you hear this next statistic. I know I was. 44% of companies have a greater focus on acquisition versus 16% that focus on retention. I think I know. It's because it's easier to do what we already know. But I have good news, an easy way to be able to build long-lasting relationships, retain loyal clients, and increase your referrals, all by showing your clients how much you appreciate them, is through a strategic giving plan. The happier your customers are, the more willing they are to promote your brand, and the faster other people catch on, so the faster your business grows. Showing your clients you appreciate them and surprising and delighting them with a thoughtful gift, whether tangible or intangible, is not only the right thing to do for your clients, it's the financially savvy thing to do for your business. It's a win-win. Any company of any size can benefit from a strategic giving plan. And you can express your gratitude all year long, not only on birthdays and anniversaries. Think of like National Pizza Day, which shows them you're thinking of them and keeps you top of mind. Remember, it costs 7 times more to acquire a new client than retaining your current clients. So spend your money wisely and surprise and delight your current clients. This is a proven strategy to increase client retention, build brand loyalty, grow your business, and stand out from your competition. When your client needs a product or service that you offer, who are they going to call? Ghostbusters? Just kidding. You want them to think of you.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that. And pardon?
It is shocking, like, to really know those stats.
Yeah, it is shocking. And I think that that's just been something everybody has always done. It's always about going out and getting more, going out and getting more. And, you know, there is something about that, but you can't forget about developing deeper relationships with the clients that it's that golden nugget that everybody's always reaching for the next best thing, when you could invest in the companies that you already do business with, and that's not spending your money foolishly. It's really reinvesting in your business. So
I think that's the best phrase ever, Donna. Reinvesting in your business.
Yeah.
By loving on them. Like, that's the funny thing, is it feels good to show someone that recognition or that, care.
Mm-hmm.
And it benefits as a reinvestment. Right.
And, Kim, because of the holiday, December and everything, we didn't have a show. So I wasn't able to prompt people 2 months in advance that February is Client Appreciation Month. But I want to reinforce the fact that there's a lot of things still available and a lot of ways that you can thank your clients. And it doesn't always have to be a branded product or a tangible gift. It could be something intangible. So if your clients are, a nonprofit, you could volunteer your time at one of their events. You could buy a ticket to their table. There's ways of showing appreciation and supporting your clients other than just, giving them something tangible, writing a thank you note, all of these things. But giving, that whole concept of giving a tangible product, giving an intangible product, giving something that they'll use over and over again, giving them a reward. The term giving should be in everybody's marketing plan. And that's the thing that everybody has to think about, and putting that plan together strategically. Just like you spend time of what clients you want to do business with. Now, okay, those are the clients you want to, how are we going to build that business? And giving should be in everybody's marketing plan. So now I'll get off that box, Kim. That's all. And just
a mic drop.
We can end the show now. No, and just let people know that I'm giving everybody 2 months advance to know that on March 6th, well, 6 weeks, March 6th is Employee Recognition Day. So everybody has time now to think of their employees, and we'll talk more about it at the next show. But employees are the backbone of your business, and just like you have clients you need to show your appreciation to, so do you have to do that with your employees, and especially more and more and more, because a lot of people in the business world complain that their employees aren't loyal. They'll jump ship, for the next newfangled thing that's put in their reach. But if you treat people nicely, if you show them they're valued, if you thank them, why would they have to go anywhere else? A lot of times people are looking because they're not happy. So make your employees happy and put that effort into your employees, just like you need to put them into your clients. So that's another soapbox, Kim.
We couldn't do what we do without our team. So that is absolute truth.
It is. Yeah.
Should we go to the next product reel so that people can think? Can you set the stage for this one?
Well, this product reel, Kim, is on the trade show floor, what things look like in certain people's booths, and not as many as I would have loved to collect. But again, I have another show coming, and we'll have even more photographs, but there's some great items that you could see on the show floor.
And this is from the big show in Vegas.
Las Vegas. Mhm.
So just so everybody knows even the location. So here we go.
Yes. So, there were a lot of things that I want to just point out. You saw the crock bags again, on the trade show floor, but there was a lot of things for pets, and there's a lot of companies that allow pets inside the company, their employees to bring pets, or clients that love pets. There was so many great things. That little, it's a plastic tumbler, but you fill it up and they can drink right out of it. It's all the things that make life so easy now when you have a pet. And so there's just so many things that that I want to point out. If one of those images is one of my vendors' booths had it all set up by various industries. There was transportation, there was hospitality, there was finance, there was real estate. So, I always, would say to people when, if they wanted to stump me, what kind of industry they're in. And I said, I don't think there's an industry that I couldn't help by finding things that fit that industry, like those the beanies that had the flashlight on them, that's so great for any kind of construction, transportation, anybody who's outside, safety teams, within the companies. So there's so much that could be done for each industry.
I love it, Donna. And just for the record, my husband is a tradesman, and he wears his little light on his beanie all the time. So I think that that's a great, it's a great point of, if you're not recognizing something that fits your industry, contact Donna, because Donna can help you with your specific industry so that you can wow them, surprise and delight them.
Surprise and delight. I mean, I have clients, we've done construction caps, we've done safety vests, we've done it all. And so I just want to point that out, because I really don't usually talk about industry specific things, but we will be talking much more about them this year. So just wanted to bring that to life.
And I want to say this next segment is another fun holiday that you can surprise and delight your team, your clients. Like, I think this is so fun. So, Donna, I want to show this before we run out of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Ready to go in the oven. Pizza has become a phenomenon, and celebrating this day provides a delicious and universally enjoyable way to show appreciation to your clients and your employees. So here are some ideas. Host a pizza party at your office or local pizzeria. And if your team is remote, you could send a pizza delivery voucher so everyone can order their perfect pie. You could give pizza gifts. There's beautiful cutting boards or a pizza cutter. I've had mine for 18 years. And have a pizza lunch meeting in your office and invite employees and your clients. I know people who have gone to a pizza class and they just adored it. I would love to go to a pizza class. And there's also pizza kit deliveries for an at-home activity. It's a DIY, and it comes with the dough, the sauce, the cheese, and everything. So using National Pizza Day to thank your clients and employees can strengthen relationships, boost morale, and create a sense of community, all while enjoying a slice or two. Mm.
I
want to know when you're going to share.
I have to tell you, that was probably, I think that was probably one of the first videos I did with Costume On. And I swear that that was not planned, that I would throw it up and drop it. So it was all true to form. And, you know, but again, pizza, everybody loves pizza. And there are so many different pizza holidays throughout the year. There's everything but the anchovy pizza day. I mean, so pizza is a phenomenon. And there are great, beautiful pizza cutting boards and pizza cutters. And I at all the classes that they have put together now. So, you know, it's just when I dress up in these costumes and I'm talking about, it's to remind people to think beyond, you know, to think of other things that you could do, because, you know, people aren't walking down the street and going, hey, you know, you should think of National Pizza Day on February 4th and get somebody a really nice pizza board. So I do it.
You
I walk
take care of it.
I walk down the street and tell everybody.
Well, true to form, we only have about a minute left, but true to form, Cupid shoots the little arrow so that people fall in love. That is what we wish for you watching, is that you literally fall in love with your clients and they fall in love with you in the outcome of more sales, building your business, better relationships, and they stick around. So I think that's an important message that Donna has been wearing the entire show.
I do want to close on, thank you, Kim. And I do want to close on one thing, that the next big show and tell is on February 24th at 1 p.m. Central Time. But, you know, as we talked in the beginning of the show, what I was hoping we could achieve by this show, I just want everybody to realize that it's not about doing more, it's about choosing better. You know, it's not about spending more, it's about having a strategy. And I want to leave everybody with this note. Are your branded products making you money? Because when they're chosen intentionally, they will. So, unless you have something to say, Kim, I think that's a wrap. And bye for now.